Hi everyone. I'm reviewing the Toyuugo, our vacuum sealer. That actually is really pretty nice for the price, and if you don't have a sealer, this would probably be pretty useful for you. I have a large sealer that's a chamber sealer that is really more for large production, but at any rate, this one is good for a home sealer for sealing things, leftovers, food you buy in bulk, whatever. It has a few different features. It has a vacuum and seal button, and you can also cancel the vacuum seal. It has a seal only. It has a manual button that you would use to suck out air as you need to, and this would be more for softer foods or foods that you don't want to be squashed, or if you're doing something moist and you don't want to be pulling in the moisture from the bag. And it also has a food wet dry selection. The difference between the two is the dry has a shorter sealing cycle than the wet. So this doesn't mean that it's not going to suck out more air. It only means in case you do suck up some of the moisture, the wet seal will have a better chance of sealing it because it has a longer seal time. Okay, in addition to the sealer, you get a tube that can be connected to the sealer, and you would connect it inside just by connecting it in here, and then you would connect the other end to your container, and a lot of the containers come with an adapter, which is what I have that I'll show you a demonstration of. And when you use the sealer for a container, you would use the manual, so you would hold it until you get as much air out of it as you need to. You also get a user manual, 10 bags that come with it that are 6 by 10, which they would be okay for individual servings or smaller servings, but you might want to get different sizes for things that you do. And you also get another adapter, a second one, I guess in case the other ones break, so you have a spare. And of course the electrical cord. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration on what this is and what it does, and explain a few things that aren't described in the description. And I'll be right back with you. Okay, the first thing that I'd like to clear up is the description of the bag types that the sealer will use. On the website it says bags with no lines, bags with folds. Well, I mean, let's face it, if you got a bag, no matter which kind of bag it is, it's going to have folds. The bags that it works with are the bags that have the texturing on one side. They're called channeled. And the other type of bag that I wanted to use with this, they don't have any texturing on either side. These are bags that are used for a chamber sealer, but this kind of bag will seal, but it won't vacuum. So I think what they mean is that you want to have a bag that has textured sides or channeled, which would be the food saver type bags, and they have the folds on the side. All of them do. So that's two kinds of bags that you can use. The other thing I wanted to mention is, okay, these are food saver roll bags that this sealer will take an 11-inch roll, but if you buy by the rolls, you're going to have to cut it by yourself, since this sealer doesn't have a cutter. So I've cut a piece off from one of my rolls, and I'm going to show you what you would do with a roll. Push the buttons on each side, open the sealer, put the one side in, push it down, and then just press seal. And this will seal the bag. Okay, so it should be sealed on one side. So now we have a seal, so then you would be able to put your food inside and seal the other side. So in this case, I'm going to use a little, and I'll use this for a couple different parts of this demonstration. It's a foam thing that can be squished to give you an idea of the suction. Okay, you have to fit the end of the bag into the chamber, close it, push it down. Okay, in this case I'm going to select wet, or this is dry, and I'm going to say vacuum and seal. Okay, I didn't have it enough into the chamber. You've got to make sure that it's in the chamber and straight. Okay, here we go. Okay, push it down, and now we'll seal it. So in this case, it'll do the vacuuming automatically and seal. So as you can see, when I open this up, this got pretty well squished. So it's not something you want to put bread or potato chips or anything like that as far as sealing it with the automatic. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to cut this little dude out of here. Sucked up the air again. Go this way. Okay, and we're going to use one of the bags that came with the sealer. I'm going to put it in here. Put that way back in so I don't waste a lot of bags to do different parts of this. Set this up so it's over the chamber. Push it down. Now I'm going to use manual. So you can see as I do the manual, I can take out as much air as I want and then seal it. Okay, so now it's sealed. It does a single seal, so it's not a real heavy duty seal. So something like this, you might want to seal it again on the end for a double seal. Okay, as far as wet, I tried sealing water. Not good. I mean, no matter how careful you are, it's going to suck water into the chamber, so you have to be careful with that. But for anything that has some moisture, you can watch and make sure that it doesn't go into the chamber and use the manual setting. And also with the moist, you might want to set it on the wet setting so that the you have a little longer seal time. So if you do get a little moisture in there, it'll still seal. Okay, the next thing we're going to try on this now is I have a food saver container here that has an adapter, and I'm going to open this up, and we're going to put our little foam guy in there. This I haven't tried yet, so bear with me. Open this up, and I'm going to attach one end to the sealer. Push it in really good. Attach one end into this, which is not really a tight fit, so I guess this is going to depend on what kind of containers you have. And see how what this does. See the little, here, you can't quite see it here. Not seeing any changes. Okay, I don't see any changes in the little rubber guy. So I'm going to pull this out of here. Pull this out. See if we have a seal. So I'm going to pull this up. If you can listen to this. It did get some out. So it does get some of the air out, but it could take a while depending on how large your container is and what you've got in it. But that does look like it's working. So other than what I've shown you so far, that's about all I can think of. And I do believe that this is a nice little sealer. If you don't have a sealer at this point, and you do freeze foods, this is something that you might want to consider. For the price, it's going to save you a lot of freezer burn on your foods. It does vacuum foods well, and I didn't have any problem with that. But it's going to save you a lot of money as far as foods that are spoiled from freezer burn. So I hope this review was helpful for you, and thank you for watching.